What's good, everybody? Welcome to a long-awaited episode of my CD collection. I know it's been a couple of couple of months, yeah, I know, but yeah, I've just been busy a lot, so I thought I should show you guys what I've got last couple of months and stuff like that. First CD is Parliament's fourth, I believe it's the fourth album, Mothership Connection, released in 1976 on Casablanca Records. You guys should know who Parliament Funkadelic is. Basically, Parliament and Funkadelic just like George Clinton's groups and stuff like that. When I think of Parliament's like that kind of like that more funkier, soulful kind of side, while Funkadelic is like more psychedelic, funk jazzy kind of thing going on. If you guys know what I mean. So this album, classic, classic funk album. Like, ask anybody who grew up around this time. That's how important this album was. Like, let me tell you, if it wasn't for this album, G Funk would not be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Cause everybody has sampled from this album too. Okay, singles this album is known for are P Funk Wants to Get Funked Up. I love that song. Um, Tear the Roof. Wait, what is it? Tear the Roof? Yeah, hold on. Give Up the Funk, Tear the Roof Off the Sucker, and Star Child. And like the reason why, from what I looked up, the reason why he called this Mothership Connection was because like George Clinton, he wanted to put like black people where they never been before space. You know what I'm saying? So, and besides George Clinton, he was a fan of like Star Trek. I think he was fan of Star Trek and Star Wars and like those science fiction kind of shit. So yeah, definitely must own your collection. This is actually the 2003 remastered edition. I think remastered reissue, and they actually re-released this album too on vinyl. Respect Classic re-released this album too, and what's cool about that release is like the cover for the vinyl release. It's like a holographic cover. That's like pretty dope. It could add to the spacey atmosphere here. Parliament Mothership Connection, 1976, must own. I have Most Def's. I finally got this album, Most Def on Black on Both Sides, released in 1999 on Ruckus Records. I did a review on this album, I think last year. I love this album. I think this is probably Most Def's magnum opus in my opinion. It's known for songs like Miss Fat Booty, When We Says, Hip Hop, Mr. Nigga, Mathematics. If you guys want my opinion on this album, check out my review. I'll post a link to it later on, probably tonight. Cause I'm going to do this is not the only video I'm doing tonight. I'm about to do a countdown video too. Then we have this group called the Internet. Released this is their recent album Ego Death, released this 2015. Oh, I forgot to say Happy New Year, and also rest in peace to Lemmy. He was a frontman of Motorhead, and rest in peace to Natalie Cole. You guys should know who they are. Rest in peace to them. And make sure you make this year better than the last year. That's what I forgot to say. Other than that, for those of you who don't know what the Internet are, they're a group under Odd Future. It's like Sid the Kid and Martians, like they're the members and stuff like that. They're like a jazz fusion, soulful hip hop kind of group. And what got me into the Internet was like I was listening to one of the albums. I think it was called Purple Naked Ladies and stuff like that. And I was automatically hooked on this stuff. I just copped this in FYE. And what I like this album. I'm definitely going to do a review on this. I believe it only came out with one single. I think Getaway was the only single. And this album's actually nominated for a Grammy. So we'll see how that goes. Cause yeah. So this is the Internet. Ego Death, must have. Then I got this album. Wu-Tang's second infamous album, Wu-Tang Forever, released in 1997 on Loud Records. This came 4 years after their 36 Chambers album, which is probably, in my opinion, their best album, in my opinion, and their a landmark album when it comes to like East Coast hip hop in the '90s, and a landmark album in hip hop in general. Um, this album, what can I say about this? This is a very good album. A lot of people say it's a classic album too, but I'm gonna say a lot of my thoughts on this album once I do. I'm gonna definitely do a review on this later on this year. So it took me a while to get. I finally got my hands on this. It took me a while to get it for some reason. But singles I was known for are Triumph, It's Yours, and Reunited. Um, Triumph, oh my god, that's like one of the best hip hop songs ever. I mean, Inspector Deck's verse on that song was just, whew, like every hip hop head like knows Inspector Deck's verse by heart, and it was that verse. Excuse me. It was that verse that actually made Inspector Deck more popular, because I remember after that verse, after like he was on a lot of songs like with Big Pun, Gangstar, like he was dropping mad heat, and this was before he dropped a solo debut. Like Uncontrolled Substance came out in 1999, an album I need to get my hands on, but that album is very very hard to come by though. And also this album, if you, I'm sorry about that. If you really listen to the album, you'll notice that the production on this album is not as gritty as 36 Chambers. Like it's, I mean, you still have some of the gritty production, but the majority of the album's production is like more polished, and it was like more experimental because around this time RZA, he was doing like a lot of experimental production. Like if you listen to the production he was doing for his Bobby Digital album, like it was, cause Bobby Digital, that's his first solo album. That album was way out there. Like a lot of hip hop heads, a lot of Wu Tang heads, I know that they cannot stand that album, but this is really the beginning of him doing very experimental production. And also, from what I also looked up about this album, I know I have a lot to say about this album, but according to RZA, he said that Ghostface's verse on Impossible was like the best Wu Tang verse of all time and stuff like that. And this is actually their highest selling album to date because it was highly anticipated. It came out 4 years after 36 Chambers, so it was no surprise this was the highest selling album to date. And it was nominated for a Grammy. And also, like, if you guys are aware, I think they lost to Puffy's No Way Out album, an album I did a review on. If you want to hear my opinions on that album, just go check out that review. And Old Dirty Bastard, I think he basically interrupted this one singer. Her name was Sean something, and he basically said that he basically did what Kanye West. He bum rushed their award ceremony. He basically did what Kanye West did to Taylor Swift and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a review on this album. So Wu Tang Forever, 1997, Loud Records. This next album, I might get some flack for this. I might not, but I don't give a fuck. This album's dope to me. It's Will Smith, Big Willie style, at least 1997. I found it at a thrift store for like $1. So you know what? I just took it just for the fuck of it. Everyone knows who Will Smith is. The fresh DJ Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince. Actor had his own sitcom, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, to movie star, and then he did his solo rap thing like in like the late '90s, all the way up to the early 2000s, and now he's movie star again. Movie star then. Now he's about to go on tour with DJ Jazzy Jeff, and I think he's about to drop some more music. So yeah, one thing about this album, this was released at the time when that whole shiny suit era, and this album was like one of the better albums to come out at that time. And if you ask me, singles I was known for are Men in Black. Love that song. I love that beat. Just Cruising, another dope song. Um, Getting Jiggy with it. Um, I'm a definitely Getting Jiggy with it. Yeah, Just the Two of Us and Miami. Like, I'm not afraid to say I like this album. Like, I know a lot of hip hop heads that don't like this album. Like, but if you guys really have to be technical, Will Smith, he was always like a pop rapper, so you would expect this stuff from him. So that's why, like, when did that whole hip hop opinions video I did, I think about 2 years ago, I said I have nothing but respect for them because they came out as pop rappers, and it's not like most of these rappers today where they put out this hard persona, but they making these pop songs. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. So other than that, this is a big Willie style, and this album, I think this album was like definitely won like him a lot of Grammys and like a lot of Grammys, American Music Awards, and it was best known for like this 1980s sample. So, cause you know a lot of East Coast rappers, they were using like a lot of like 1980s samples and stuff like that. So yeah. Next album is TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool, released in 1994 on LaFace Records. You guys, everyone knows who TLC is. That they're the highest selling female group. I believe they're the highest selling female group. Um, they dropped their first album, which was Ooh on a TLC tip, and this was like a more mature album that came out with like that. Like although they were actually going through a lot of stuff around this time in the album. For one, Left Eye, she was going through. She had like a little alcohol problem, and you guys should know that she did burn down Andre Rison's house. And she was like a football player and all that. Also, they filed for bankruptcy too around this time. And ironically, I believe this was actually the highest selling album. And they were going through like some contract problems with Pebbles, because Pebbles was like their manager, and she was the wife of the dude that head of Love Face Records. What's his name? L.A. Reid. Yeah. So yeah, they were going through a lot with this album. Singles I was known for is Creep, Red Light Special, Waterfalls, and Digging on You. This is definitely it's affected. This is like their best album in my opinion. I mean, this they went really mature. Like a lot of these songs, man. Like some of the topics I'm talking about, they're very relevant today. But at the same time, um, I might get some flack from what I'm about to say, but I kind of believe like once this album came out, they were really trying to be more preachy with the music. And I'm a huge TLC fan. But I don't get me wrong, I love TLC and all that, but like it's like once this album came, they got like way preachy and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say that topic for a different day. TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool, released in 1994. Must have in your collection. And the last album, Boyz II Men's second album, 2, released in 1994 on Motown. You guys should know who Boyz II Men are. Let me tell you, like, back in the 90s, they really they were signed to Motown. They really brought that like that group harmony. They brought that group harmony back. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very reminiscent of like the Temptations, like the old classic Motown groups. And this is the highly anticipated second album because they dropped Cooley High Harmony in 1991, but then they reissued it once and End of the Road. That was a song that really End of the Road was a song that actually really got them noticed. If you ask me, because the fact that it was on that was a song that actually really got them noticed and stuff like that. Cause that was on the Boomerang soundtrack, and a lot of people were like, this group was very different. Cause like, although they did have the New Jack Swing songs, they were kind of like going against the grain, like having like a 1960s, 70s soul reminiscent and stuff like that. So, and singles albums known for are "I'll Make Love to You," definitely one of my probably my favorite songs from the group. I mean, that was actually the first song I've actually heard from Boyz II Men. And what else? On Bended Knee, Thank You, and The Water Runs Dry. Yeah, this is a very good album. And also, from what I looked up about this album, they actually, I believe this actually they actually, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Babyface, they got the hit singles right for this album. Like anytime Babyface and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, anytime they do a song, fire, they never disappoint. So, Boyz II Men second album too, released in 1994, must have in your collection. And that's all the albums I have. I'm definitely gonna do some reviews this year. So stay tuned for more stuff. Peace.